Higgs boson?
Maybe I can help. You're lucky. I've recently been on the subject on Higgs boson. Been having a hard time actually. So, do you need some help?
Yes, please.
Alright then, I'll help you about the Higgs boson. So, the Higgs boson is really hard to understand even for me. So, you have to listen carefully, okay?
Okay.
Higgs boson, or what is called Higgs particle, is one of the elementary particles that scientists and physicists have been looking for the past years. It's one of the elementary particles that consist the standard model of particle physics. The most important part of the discovery of the Higgs boson is not the Higgs particle itself, but its behavior and mechanism, which completes the standard model. The mechanism is the quantum excitation of the Higgs field. This explains why fundamental particles have mass, because when you think of it, based on their interaction, it should not contain mass. The Higgs field also solves mysteries and tons of questions like the reason for weak forces. So let me introduce to you some basic facts regarding the Higgs boson. This will add some information, tons of information which can answer your question about it. So I have read the papers of the facts of the Higgs boson. I'll be reading them to you, so please listen well. First, most of the people consider it as a God's particle, since it is the last fundamental particle discovered which can answer a lot of queries in the field of particle physics. But when you think about it, all of the particles, may it be proton or electron, must also be considered as a God particle, since its idealization conceptualized in a number of papers in 1963 and 1964, Higgs boson has been one of the intriguing concepts yet to be solved. Papers from Philip Anderson, one by Francois Englert and Robert Brout, two by Peter Higgs, and one by Gerald Gerlach, Richard Hagen, and Tom Kibble. Nobel Peace Prize in Physics is given to few people per year. It is very difficult to achieve this, especially that there are thousands of physicists in the world waiting for their research to be credited. The second fact about the Higgs boson. Scientists have probably discovered the Higgs, but they are not completely sure about it yet. Scientists discovered something and it was a new particle, and there's no doubt about that. But like any other new discoveries, it takes time and more data to be absolutely sure that they completely understand what they have found. This will be a major task for the scientists for over the next few years, a major task to pin down the properties of the new particle and test whether it really is the Higgs that was predicted almost 5 decades ago. But it's better if it's not, of course. That means there's many new and exciting physics to be learned. But so far, it looks like it really is the Higgs boson, so it's okay to talk as if it's what the scientists discovered. Well, it is until contrary evidence is found. Third, the machine used to determine if there really is a Higgs particle is what we call the Large Hadron Collider. It is stationed in Geneva, Switzerland, and it is one of the most complicated machines ever built. What it does is that it takes 100 trillion protons at a time per second and accelerates them to 99.9% the speed of light to smash each of these protons 100 million times per second. The smashing of protons produces this Higgs field, which in turn showed them the Higgs particle. It was believed that this machine was set to destroy the world, as most people think. This was because of its gigantic size. If you laid all the electronic wires and cables of the LHC from end to end, it will stretch for about 275,000 kilometers. If you visualize the scenario, you can definitely wrap the Earth almost even the world. People thought that it would produce a black hole that might eventually swallow the whole world. Fortunately, this was all make-believe. There was an event in September 19, 2008 wherein a magnetic kind thing exploded. Fortunately, no one was hurt. So, do you have any more questions about the Higgs boson?
Yes, I do. It's been bothering me when you were explaining the Higgs boson. It says I wrote it in my notebook. What will be the effect of this discovery to the human race?
Well, for one, it solves all the questions that has been brought for the past centuries about the missing piece to the standard model. Since Democritus suggested that there is the presence of atoms back in ancient Greece, it has been notable that for over 2,000 years, the advancement in this field of physics had made its breakthrough for the past years. With thousands of missing pieces that puzzle the scientists, the discovery of the Higgs boson opened new doors to other unsolved theories in science. From black holes, dark matter, and the origin of the universe, it is now possible to study other fields, even neuroscience and turbulence, since we now know the basic building blocks of the world, and we can say that this event marked a new era in human history, and forever will be remembered as the day we understood what the world is and why we exist in the first place. So, did I answer your question? And do you understand the Higgs boson now?
Yes, you did answer my question. Thank you so much. Now I understand more about the Higgs boson. Thank you so much.
Well, I'm glad to help. You're welcome.